This is First Impressions, and the next show we're covering is Splinter Cell Deathwash. The first episode is called Up From the Grave. We start off with two POVs of our character Agent McKenna and Sam Fisher. We originally start with McKenna going on an infiltration mission, trying to get something called the Shepland Files, which isn't really expanded on, but we see her showing she's a deadly agent. She's killing people, she's subduing people very easily throughout this entire thing. Then we cut to Sam Fisher's POV. He's doing like day in the life stuff, like he's cooking, he's feeding his dog, he's watching the news, he's doing regular people's things. Now cutting back to McKenna's POV, she finds a soldier that's dead, that's been like basically tortured, which is like not a good thing, because she gets really emotional and like takes out her calm, stop listening to what her boss is saying, and then she starts going off back through the people she went through to get to this agent and starts killing everybody, like not talking, subduing them. She's going straight for the kill, stabbing them. It's not a good thing. While doing this, she herself gets stabbed. This leads to her having to find a way to get back to her base. But while this is happening for McKenna, her base has been hacked by the enemy that we don't know as of now. There hasn't been a name attached to these at all, but they can't contact her. So they send her to go to this random location, which leads her to finding Sam Fisher. While she's on this journey, she doesn't know she's being tracked, but she is. And the enemy sends people to come get her, and they get killed and taken down by Sam Fisher because McKenna's been stabbed. She can't do anything at all. So Sam Fisher takes them out, and that's when we learn that Sam Fisher used to be an agent. This is shown by a flashback, which is the really part that brings Sam Fisher together, of him in the early days with his daughter and this other guy that showed them used to be in military uniforms. That's where we get the idea that Sam Fisher is most likely an agent. This ends off the episode with them going on the journey to getting McKenna to help. And I would rate this episode a 7 out of 10 just because it catches your attention by getting straight into action with fighting, but it does its world building in a very weird way of like keywords being dropped randomly, like Shepland Files or agent, or only this person can help her, or we need this. So it's really dropped in a weird way, but I feel like it's done in such a fun way that it keeps you guessing and wanting to learn more and having to pay really attention to what's happening and what the characters are actually saying.
Step close, gather intel, avoid blowback.
Those who want the world to change know that they must break it.
We need you to move fast.
Kickoff, Fox 3. Can you hear? Over.
I've never really known much about the Second World War, but I somehow managed to collect a whole bunch of these random World War II themed shooter games. I think I got most of them in like video game lots, or like for really cheap at game stores. And the game Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30 is just one of those games I just happen to have.
Released on March 1st, 2005, Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30 is, to my knowledge, the first Brothers in Arms game. It was developed by Ubisoft and Gearbox Software. You play as Sergeant Matt Baker, who has been given the task of leading 13 soldiers through the first few days of the invasion of France. This is quite literally one of the simplest stories we've reviewed on this series, being just as simple as a game like Ace Combat 4. This game stands out from the rest because it allows you to control where your allies move.
This would be great if your allies weren't the dumbest people on the planet.
It's almost like these people are trying to get themselves killed. Every once in a while, you might see one or two of your guys go down. No matter how well you try and plan, they will always find a way to die. Sometimes they won't even think twice and just run straight into danger, leaving you to do hard parts of the missions all on your own.
While on the topic of your fellow soldiers, we rarely get to know them.
I'd say we hear from this guy named Leggett the most, and he's not even with your fellow soldiers for 90% of the game. Besides that, most of the other soldiers are really just the same, to the point where I can't tell one from the other without somebody else saying their name. This game also has some pretty bad performance issues. The loading screens take a while, and the game freezes whenever you reach a checkpoint. And sometimes, the game will just kill you.
Despite all these issues, I do appreciate that they took the time to actually research what they were talking about.
Believe it or not, the game actually follows an actual set of people, which is something not many other games actually decide to do.
In conclusion, Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30 has a lot of issues, which is why I am giving it a 5 out of 10. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show. Peace.
This is playlist, the beat of Gateway. Your stories, your songs, our playlist. Hi, this is Melanie, and I'm here with
Echo. I'm in the 10th grade.
What's one song you think everybody should hear at least once?
I say Disguise by Bunny.
Is there an artist or genre that you disliked at first and then grew to love?
Breakcore, mainly because I used to listen to a lot of artists and I didn't really like the drums on it because I found it too glitchy. Then I started making breakcore and that has become my number one genre that I make.
If your life were a movie, what song would play over the opening scene?
I say Latinas by Not Echo Boom.
If you were to recommend a song, what would it be?
I say Blood Rush by Not Echo Boom.
You're the same,